if I told you that you can make money by simply leveraging the shares that you have in your account to make passive income on a weekly or a monthly basis? Would you do it? Hi, my name is Mark. You're watching Trading with a Dummy. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe, because I'm sure right now you are just tired and beaten up by this bear market where your account is just slowly dwindling and you see negatives and red and negatives and red. But guess what? I am here to help you make money right now in this current market. What's so funny?
It's funny watching you turn into a grifter.
That's not at all what I'm doing. No.
But you are. You got your own Discord that you barely manage, and now you're selling merch below where people aren't going to even buy. What makes you think people are going to buy your merch? Because you have some cool slogans?
That's not at all what I'm doing.
Make sure when you sell the cover calls course, you sell it for $197. You always gotta have a 7. That is a marketing tactic. You must add that.
No.
Grifter. 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 Grifter.
Hello, Daddy. Where are you going? 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 Hello, Daddy. Where are you going?
Who has a dream in a dream?
Hey, Dad, I got.
Oh, hell no.
Oh crap, that wasn't a dream.
Guten Tag, my dummies. What is up, everyone? Welcome to my channel if you're brand new, and if you are, join the family, become a dummy. All you gotta do is just click that subscribe button. You guys asked for it, so I'm gonna deliver it. The covered call, I guess course, is that what you wanna call it? A course? I wouldn't consider it a course, but I would like to say thank you for stopping by here to learn about covered calls versus going anywhere else, because I'm sure there's other YouTubers out there that could probably teach it and do it a lot better than I'm going to show you in a quicker manner, because you guys know I'm very long-winded, but I want to show you how I have been doing cover calls for the past 6 to 7 months. I'm only going to show you the basics. There's many different ways you do the cover calls, but I want to show you the least risky way. And part of doing cover calls is that it's low risk with low reward. It's all about the compound effect. You're stacking your cash, you're bringing down your cost basis. This is what you're doing utilizing cover calls. You will need at least 100 shares of a company. Okay, look, I know I could already see someone being furious,
saying thumbs down. You can also do poor man's cover call, blah, 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 blah.
Yes, there's many different ways you do cover calls where you don't actually require to have 100 shares of a company. But like I said, I want to teach you the way I've been doing it, which is low risk. Okay, so we're not going to be doing poor man's cover call in this episode. So like I said, you need to have at least 100 shares of a company, or at least enough money to be able to buy 100 shares today. So if you want to buy Apple, for example, if it's at 140, you need $14,000. Okay, again, the risks are low and the returns are low, but it's a good way to be able to compound the funds throughout weeks or months. With that being said, there's another criteria I want you guys to be able to fall in. If you have 100 shares of a company, for example, if you have Square and your cost basis is $160 and Square is at $60, this is not going to work for you. Again, there's a way you can utilize it, but that's a little bit riskier. I want to teach you how to do it with the least amount of risk as possible. So if you have 100 shares in the company and you're maybe $1 off or so, you can utilize this strategy. Or if you have enough money to buy into company right now, this strategy will work for you. But if you're completely upside down in your portfolio and you have 100 shares in the company and you're completely upside down on it, please don't do it. This is not the video for you. Maybe in the future I will teach you how to do that with stocks that you're completely upside down on, because I know we're in bear territory right now, but that also increases the risk, and I'm all about trying to minimize the risk for y'all. Also, with cover calls, there's a way to exit out of the positions. You have an opportunity to just get your shares called away, to collect a premium and keep your shares, as well as roll it out. But most importantly, what we're going to do is not have your shares get called away. We just want to collect premiums on a weekly or monthly basis and just keep pocketing that money and also lowering your cost basis. So without further ado, let's jump to my computer screen and let's get into it.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
All right, y'all, we're gonna use Thinkorswim as the platform to do this scenario, and we're gonna utilize Apple as our covered call play. I'm gonna go all the way back to September 15th. What year is this? Nope, let's go back up. We're gonna go to, let's say, last year around June 17th. We click OK on a demand level, and it's gonna rebuffer here for a second. Thinkorswim is really slow for a platform. I love it, but I hate how slow it is, and sometimes it gets really glitchy. I just feel like this should be a lot quicker. Anyways, we're gonna utilize Apple as our cover call play. Now there's multiple ways we can do this. I'm just gonna show you, like, as a retail investor, like for example, you've been buying a couple shares here and there every single month until you got 100, all right? And again, this is just the basics, y'all, just the basics. There's so many different ways you can do cover calls. I'm just gonna show you a way that I've been doing it for the past 6 months, and I enjoy doing it that way. The risk is low, and yes, the reward is somewhat low. You will see.
You are the most selfish person I've ever met in my
Slow
entire...
down. Think it over.
But I'm just trying to show you what you can do in this type of scenario. All right, so we're back on June 17th in 2021. Apple was at $131. You get excited, you're like, yo, this price is amazing. Let's buy it. And we're gonna buy 60 shares because you're a baller. All right, so you're spending $7,907. Drop that price in there. Let's go over to monitor it. We're at 3 p.m. Went back in time again, back to the past. All right, we got we got 60 shares at $132. All right, all we need is 40 more shares. So June goes by, you're working, you hit August, September. We know September and October are usually somewhat bad months. So let's just go to the week of September 21st. Let's go to September 21st. Let it buffer. Once again, like I said, this system is so slow, man. This is so slow. It drives me nuts. We're going over there. We're going to see what the price is of Apple at that price point, or at that time. It was $143. That's the mark, all right? So you actually are up now nearly 9%. A couple of months with Apple. You get excited. You're like, yo, this is crazy. It's going to run up. This is going to go to $180. You never know. It's going to go to $200. I got to buy more Apple. I want to buy another 40 shares. Type of 40. We're going to do market order. That way we get in right away. You're spending $5,759 because you're a baller. Now you have a total of 100 shares with your average price at $136.81. So you are up 5% at this point. You're happy, you're excited. What can you do from here, right? Let's say you wait through October because you know October is either a good month or a bad month. Like literally it creates typically some of the lowest lows or the highest highs. But let's see what happened on October 21st. We're gonna go to, no, you know what? We're gonna go to October 2021 on the 26th. Fast forward a bit, and let's see where Apple's at, because we could do some cover calls here with it. Why just leave your money in there if you could have the money start working for you, right? That's the mindset that I have when it comes to cover calls. All right, Apple is at $149. All right, dope. You're excited? Cool. What can we do now? Let's go a month out, for example, with Apple. All right, we're in October at this price point, at this time. Yeah, I'm sorry, I keep saying price point. At this time. And let's say we look out to, let's say, the monthly. And we're going to go out a bit. All right. So you have several options here. At your price point right now, you're good to go. Like the price is currently at $149. Your cost for your shares is at $136. You're already up. You're already up $1,200. You're good to go. Like there's no worry. Now, You can sell a cover call that's deep in the money, like at 145 or 140. But just know that if you do that, you're going to definitely get a nice little premium back, but you're going to also leave some money on the table if this ends up running. But most importantly, your shares are probably get called away, all right? Unless Apple, for some reason, completely drops below 140. But we don't know that yet, right? So we want to try to stay out of the money, all right? Not in the money, but out of the money. So basically what I'm saying, like, for example, if you wanted to get rid of your shares of Apple here by November 19th and you just want to take a risk because you think, you know what, I don't think Apple's going to stay at 149. I think it might actually go back to the 135s. You can actually sell a call and take a premium of $600. You could pocket that, which will also bring down your cost basis. But we're going to act as if we're still in a massive bull run and that Apple's not going to drop anytime soon. So we're going to look a little further out. All right, let's go for 155. So it's not a lot of money, but 1 month out, you can collect $142. So you can sell one option contract. You have to make sure that's on sell, -1 option contracts, which is for 100 shares that you have. And you're going to collect $143. If you click here, it will show that you are, your max profit is $143. That's what they're going to pay you. All right. So we're going to go with that one since it's a little further out the money. Your goal is for the Apple price to stay below $155. That way you get to keep the $143 and still keep your shares. Not only that, you're also lowering your cost basis for Apple. Now, what sucks about the system is that it's not going to actually show you the change in cost basis. It's just going to show you basically like you just pocketed $143. So you have to manually track that. So again, let's say your average, right, for Apple is $136.81. You know, you times that by 100, which means you spent $13,681 on all your 100 Apple shares. Now subtract $143 from that, and your actual cost basis, once this expires and they don't call your shares away, your actual cost basis for your Apple shares is $135.38. So you have to write that down manually. So just remember that. And I'm going to do that right now as well, just in case these shares don't get called away. We know it's going to expire the following month. So let's fast forward a little bit. We're going to fast forward to, let's go to the 18th and see where the price ended up being at. This is a day before expiration. Again, we were hoping that the price is below $155. That's the best case scenario, by the way. Ooh, see, Apple, man, it actually went up to $157. So what does that mean? Tomorrow, because we're on November 18th, this expires November 19th, you're going to keep that premium of $143. So don't get worried. That is what you're going to be able to keep. All right, you're going to keep the $143. So you have that $143 pocketed in your pocket. So think about that. All right. Then again, your average cost per share that you paid was $136.81. But you're probably going to be forced to sell all your shares at $155, right? So you're going to take basically the $136.81 and subtract it from the $155. So you're basically getting, making $1,800 off of that. So plus you get to keep the $143 premium as well. So you actually should be making pocketing around $1,962. So $1,900 you should be pocketing off of this play since the shares are going to get called away. It sucks because, like, you know, you had your Apple shares, but this is like the worst case scenario in my opinion. Is you really want to keep the shares. You pocket at $143, but now you got to sell all your shares at $155. That's the reason why you want to do it out of the money call, because just in case the price goes above that, yeah, you're leaving some money on the table for sure, around $200 some, but at least you're not going to be negative. That's the way I see it. The goal usually when you do these cover calls is that you want the premium, this mark, to go to zero. That way you just pocket the $143 and you get to still keep your shares, but your shares will get called away. Unfortunately, with Thinkorswim, I cannot show you that, because I could go here on a Monday and it's going to show that you're still holding the shares. It's so frustrating. I wish it would actually show you what the results would be. Let's go to June. We all know what happened in June. June was some of the lowest lows for that year. Fast forward. I'm going to take a look at this and see how this one plays out. So June 14th, 2022, Apple's price was at $132. So now you're down 18%. Look at that, just like that. You're down 18%. But you see it as an opportunity to buy. Apple's not going to stay at 132 forever. It's actually pretty close to its key level. So what do? You're going to buy the remainder 40 shares. Because again, you have money sitting on the sidelines. You're fine. You're cool. Let's do it. And now you're spending $5,300. Now, just so y'all know, I did not prepare this. I'm just doing this with y'all at the same time, so you have an idea of how the market will really work when it comes to, cover calls. All right, you have 100 shares. Your average price is now $150.57. So 100, let's write this down. The average price is $150, and all right, that's your average cost for 100 shares. The market is at $132 right now, so you're down 12%. It's cool. You're just gonna wait right now. You can do cover calls at this point. You really can, but you're not gonna get a lot of money. Watch, for example, if you do a cover call for, let's say, 155, we're in June 14th. Let's say you want to actually do a cover call for June 17th. So that weekly, you want to do it weekly. You could technically do it. You can actually do 135 and pocket $183, but that's very risky, because if you pocket this $183 and then the price does go over $135 by the end of the week, you're going to take an L on the total amount of money that you made. So you want to kind of go a little bit further out, but it's not looking, it's not looking great. But let's go to $64. Okay. So the $64, I don't think Apple's going to jump up $8 within a week. So this is a risky play though. So you're going to sell one contract and you're going to pocket $60 basically. That's what you're pocketing. $60. You go monitor, and now you see that you sold a call against your position for $60. So your goal is to pocket that $60 for 139 strike. Again, so the downfall to this is if Apple actually gets above $139 in 3 days, you have to sell your shares at $139, but your average price is $150, and the $62 is not going to offset that or bring that down at all. So you're actually going to screw yourself, because once you pocket this $60, your average cost for your shares will be like $149 and $149.90, something like that. So yeah, you're going to take an L on this one if it gets called away. That's why I wouldn't really recommend it. But what's the chances of Apple jumping up? It's risky, right? In 3 days. So let's go to the third day. Let's go to 1500, which is 3 p.m. Let's go to close to the close on the 17th, which is when this expires. Let's see where Apple price is at. Again, right now it's 132. Let's see what happens. Apple's at $131. So you're lucky you will pocket that $60. So that 60 bucks will bring down your cost basis. Not that much again. You spend, your average is 157, right? No, yeah, 157. 60. So your average, your cost basis for Apple now is $149.97 is your average cost basis because you pocketed at 60 bucks. All right. You have to write that down manually because again, they don't track it. Sorry to y'all. I know this video is long, but I kind of just want to walk you through. I did not see any actual YouTubers walking people through. They explain what covered calls are, but they don't really show you how to do it perfectly. Look at this. All right. So this is like a perfect scenario, and I would definitely play this. Your cost basis is $150, right? Apple is currently at $174. It is August 17th. Now you're up 16%. There are multiple ways you can play this, right? Again, you want to stay above. Remember, we made that 60 bucks, so you want to stay above $149.97. This is rounding up to 150, okay? You just want to stay above $150 on shares on your cover calls. But there's multiple ways you can do this. So it's August. Let's go 1 month out. Let's see what the premiums are that you can collect. Nice. Okay. Now, we already know September and October is coming up. September and October is coming up. It can be rough. All right, it can be rough for Apple. So you have a few options here. You can literally sell a call and pocket $480. But you're risking the following. If Apple by September 16th is literally above 175, you are forced to sell all your shares at 175. But that's okay because you're going to profit $25 per share because again, what you paid for all your shares in Apple was $150. So you get to pocket the $480 plus you will get $25 per share if Apple closes above 175 by September 16th. Now we already know, I think Apple's all-time high was above 180, I think, a little bit above 180. So what's the chances of it reaching that height, knowing that we're getting into September and October timeframe? You have to decide. This is a risk that I want to take. Now, there's another way you could play this, which can pocket you even more money. Again, your cost basis was 150 bucks, right? Just remember that, 150 bucks per share. You could actually sell yourself a cover call on Apple at 150, and you could pocket $2,500 right now. So if Apple, like the best case scenario, if Apple actually drops below 150, you still get to keep your shares and you pocketed $25. So you have two options. You go out of the money, or you go deep in the money. So you have multiple options basically to play this, but I prefer just to do the 150. To me, that's just safer in my personal opinion. So I'm going to collect $2,500 on this one. I like that play. You could be safe and just do the 485 if you wanted to. Like I said, it'll be out of the money. The $2,600. All right. I get to keep the $2,622, which will bring my cost basis per share at basically $124 a share, which is dope. Worst case scenario, you sold all your shares at 150, basically make like $3 off of that because your cost basis is $149.97, but you got to keep that $2,600. So let's fast forward. Let's see what happens on the September 16th is when. Let's see where the price went for Apple. All right, it was at 175. We did 150 call. Let's see what happens right here in this scenario. Still buffering. Let's see what the cost basis is for Apple. Wow, that is close. Okay, Apple is actually at $150.71. Wow, that was close. That was close. You have an hour. Let's just fast forward to $3:58 p.m. to see where the Apple price was at. That's crazy. But look, regardless, you'll get all your money back on your investment in Apple. Plus, you get $2,622 as profit. You can put that on the sidelines and just kind of wait. And is it still buffering? Yeah. So Apple actually it's at $150.87. So your call would most likely, you will pocket at $2,600, but all your shares will get called away the following day, which again is perfectly fine, right? So you could have done that scenario and your shares would get taken away and you pocket $2,600. Or again, you could have done the other trade like we were talking about. You could have done the out of the money call. You would have profited a little bit more, like 400 some bucks, like we just talked about at the 170 strike. And then you at least get to keep your shares. But this is like a perfect play in my opinion. This was worth it to me. I was willing to risk the 100 shares of Apple and pocket $2,600 on top of that. And and just buy back in when Apple drops again, which we already know it has dropped again to the 130s, and you just buy there again and do this whole scenario again. I hope this made sense. Again, this is just a very, very basics on cover calls. You want to do out the money, but most importantly, you just don't want to take an L. You don't want to sell deep into money if, again, your cost basis is too high. Now, what are downfalls to this? Like I said, downfalls is that your shares get called away, but you get to keep the premium. The worst downside is that the stock just completely collapses and you get to keep the premium, but you have to sit and wait. Like, for example, you're at 150, right? And let's say Apple end up dropping to $108. You can do cover calls, sure, at like 140, 130, but you're taking a risk because if Apple does for some reason swing up and it goes above that price, you're going to take an L because your cost basis again is at, $150, and depending whatever the premium is, which I'm assuming won't be a lot. So you kind of want to do above your price, right? The problem is that if the price is at $108 and your average cost that you pay for your shares is at $150, there's really not a lot of money there to be made for the premiums. Like watch, let's just go to like October, for example. If you're looking at like the 170, see $78. You're not going to make a lot of money off of it. You're holding the shares for a whole month and you make it $75. You can, but the further out you are, the less money you make, right? So you kind of want to play this strategically where you're getting your shares at a pretty damn good price. You don't want to get it at the all-time high. The best thing to do is to buy it low, and when the stock gets to the all-time high, then you want to sell a cover call out of the money and collect a nice little fat premium, and then see the stock go back down, and then you get to collect that premium. You kind of do that same thing over and over. Or like if you really feel like the stock is going to drop significantly, we could do what we just did with like the Apple by buying like at the money, where you basically or deep into money where you actually bought your shares at and collect a nice big fat premium. If it stays above that, you sell your shares, but you get to keep that nice fat premium and you wait for the stock to go below where you bought it at before and do this whole thing all over again. I hope that wasn't too confusing for y'all, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I know this was really long and drawn out, but I just want to be as detailed as possible to try to show you how I actually do the cover calls. Now, when it comes to you closing out of your position, you have multiple options, right? If, let's say, you buy Palantir at $7 and your call is for $8 and Palantir goes to $9, you can be okay with allowing it to call your shares away, meaning you pocket the premium that you collected, Plus, you get $1 per share since you bought the stock at $7 and your call was at $8. So you were forced to sell your 100 shares at $8. So you will also receive $1 per share. Or what you can do is actually roll it out. So you can actually roll your positions out and continue to collect premium until the point where you can no longer collect premium. That's the way that I prefer to do it. I've been doing it with Norwegian Cruise Lines. I bought Norwegian Cruise Lines when it was around $10. I think it's at like $19 now. And I have been rolling that bad boy since June. And I've made about $600 to $700 off of that stock as of now. Eventually, I'm gonna get to the point where I can't collect any more premium, or the premium is gonna be so low it's not even worth it, that I have two options. I could either buy that contract back, which is gonna cost a lot of money, or I'm gonna allow them to call my shares away because my call is for $12.50. And like I said, Norwegian's currently like $18, $19. So yeah, I'm deep in the money at this point. So that's actually one of the ways you can do it. It's just basically roll your position out, or you can buy back the contract. I prefer not to do that because you have to pay money to be able to buy that contract back. But if you really are in love with the stocks, for example, you have Apple and you bought it at $130, it's now at $150, you may want to potentially just keep your shares and buy back that premium, which means you have to give back the money that you collected. Plus, you probably are going to have to pay a little extra on top of that to buy back that contract. But at least you get to keep your 100 shares of Apple. So those are the different various ways that you can exit out of the position. I just typically prefer to either roll or let my stuff get called away. But again, as long as I'm not upside down, profit is profit. It's all about the compound effect, just stacking slowly, because again, this is low risk. You get into position, you don't have to worry about it on a weekly or monthly basis. You're just going to collect the premium and let your stuff expire. That's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is Mark. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe. Click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode. And of course, share this with the other dummies out there. Until next time, peace out.
Hey, Brad, this is Granny.